Good morning, my dear audience. Since the start of time, society has labeled emotions as good or bad. For example, bad emotions are like anger and sadness, while good emotions are like happiness. But doing so has only made us avoid the bad emotions. We have emotions for a reason and need all of them, but in balance. One good emotion that comes to my mind is positivity. My name is Arya Adhia, and today I will be talking about the untold power of positivity. Positivity is such an emotion, although labeled good by society, allows us to feel all our emotions at the right moments. But who's my inspiration for this topic? Believe it or not, my inspiration is not a famous philosopher, nor a motivational speaker, but a spider. Yes, a spider. Spiders never stop spinning their webs. Like you can knock it down 10 times and they'll keep on going, like, all right, let's try it again. Anyways, I didn't like that web much. Spiders prove that resilience is in the mindset. You could say they're nature's little life coaches. But of course, rewiring your mindset to be as positive as a spider's takes some work and there will be frustration, but it's clearly worth it. Positivity is like that tiny voice inside your head that pipes you up after you've spilled coffee all over your white t-shirt, missed the bus, and realized you've been wearing mismatched socks the whole day. It's like trying to bake a cake only to end up with a kitchen disaster that looks like a scene from a horror movie, yet positivity is the frosting on top, reminding you that even if the cake resembles a Picasso painting, at least it tastes sweet. Life is a juggling act of emotions. Happiness, sadness, anger, frustration, all flailing around like a bunch of clowns at a circus. Now, let me tell you a story of a singer. What should we name her? Let's call her Arya too. So, Arya's new to the music industry and she keeps on experimenting with her music. She keeps on posting music almost about every week. Yet she receives little or no attention at all. It has been 2 years since she started her journey and has faced a lot of rejection by now. It keeps her awake all night in hopes of impressing her audience. Yet she fails time and time again. Naturally, she is angry at most times, but particularly at those who tell her to quit and go back home. They don't know she already feels like a star when she's on a stage. So she was done letting their doubts get into her head. Enough was enough. She was going to silence those voices, clear her head, block out the naysayers, and focus on the one thing that mattered the most, her music. Soon one morning, she woke up, staring at her phone, her heart pounding. It was impossible. How did she become viral overnight? Thousands of views, comments, likes, shares flooded her notifications like a wild storm. She wasn't even prepared for it. Sure, she'd uploaded tracks before, but nothing, and when I say nothing, I mean nothing had ever gotten this type of attention before. What had she done differently this time? That's when she came across it. As she was scrolling through articles, desperate to make sense of her overnight success, she came across a weird yet oddly familiar concept. Now, I bet we all have experienced this. Sleep. Raise your hands. How many of you sleep every day? Okay, everyone. So, apparently, just before we drift off, our brains enter this super chill state that is perfect for creativity and focus. Can you guys guess what this is? During this state, our brains release our brain waves, our alpha, beta, theta brain waves that, like I mentioned before, are perfect for creativity and focus. So, was this the secret sauce behind her rocketing success? Was it really that her relaxed, sleepy mind could have tapped into something so very powerful? Arya couldn't shake off the feeling that maybe, just maybe, she'd found the missing piece to her musical puzzle. Soon, her nights became about harnessing this magical hack that she had discovered. She now went to bed feeling the excitement of her newfound streak of success. She wasn't just wishing for it, she felt this deeply. Her tiny streak soon didn't feel so small anymore. She could clearly visualize herself becoming the next big star and knew she was just in the process of it. This is where manifestation comes in. When we visualize our dreams and desires with positivity before we go to bed, we set an intention that, believe it or not, our mind works on even while we're resting. And when we focus on positive emotions like gratitude, joy, and confidence, we align our emotional frequency with our desired outcomes, essentially tuning it to attract those experiences. Isn't that so cool? Arya is now 3 years into her journey, and believe it or not, she is believed to be the top artist of the year. She is living her dream. So, was her success all about talent? No, not really. There are many who are talented. So, was her success all about hard work? You'll find a handful of those, but it seems to me that the ability to believe in themselves is the rarest breed. Isn't that the key to making our biggest dreams come true? Now, if that wasn't enough, let me tell you about my favorite part of manifestation: creating vision boards. Earlier in school, we learned about the 7 wonders of the world, and I was captivated, but particularly intrigued by the Taj Mahal and Chichen Itza. So I stuck pictures of those monuments in my room and always thought what it would be like to visit them. After a few months, my dad handed me tickets to Mexico. I nearly passed out. After a few weeks, I was staring at the grand Chichen Itza, thinking if I should bow down to my vision board as a thank you. Right when I began to thought that my vision board was running out of its magic, my dad pulled out another set of tickets, but this time to Agra with Taj Mahal on the itinerary. At this point, I didn't know if I should thank my dad or ask my vision board for surviving school tips. Now that I was certain my vision board was enchanted, I told it, I will never tear you down if you help me win next week's football match. So I stuck a picture of a shiny football trophy because apparently I felt like my whole reputation depended on this one game. Fast forward game day. Absolute disaster. We didn't score a single goal, nor did we win a single match. We were like pros, but at losing. But guess what? Due to some mathematical fluke nobody could comprehend, we appeared third place on the charts. Of course, we were called to the podium to receive our medals, and I couldn't help but laugh. My vision board must really have a weird sense of humor. Now, let me tell you how, through a vision board, manifestation, and all the other methods I talked about before, I made my biggest dream come true. Earlier in third grade, I watched a TEDx video featuring a kid speaker. I was captivated. In moments of silence around a chatterbox like me, my friends thought I was thinking about what snacks I'd have after school. But turns out they were wrong. I had a bigger question. How do I get on that stage? When I was locked up in my room, I was practicing when my parents thought I was asleep. I'd spent hours in front of the mirror, pretending I was giving the most important speech of my life. I practiced speaking clearly, maintaining eye contact with an invisible audience. And I even added some dramatic pauses for my lovely audience, just to keep things professional. My first listeners were my stuffed animals, and trust me, they were the toughest critics. Eventually, I worked up the courage to present in front of family and friends. Year after year, I kept honing my skills, visualizing myself on this very stage. And now, here I am, proving that little imagination, practice, and maybe some overly supportive stuffed animals, you can make your wildest dreams come true. Positivity connects everything. When we maintain a positive mindset and nurture it, we activate our brain waves that make it easier to focus, relax, and tap into our deepest creativity. This alignment is perfect for manifestation, which helps us visualize our goals and attract them into reality. So, if you have any big goals you want to chase, remember, it all starts with positivity. And as a spider might say, just keep spinning. Thank you.